Marvel and DC, they are pretty big competitors, saying that who will win this fight or that fight. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. I hope you're having a great day and a great week. So, as for saying, Marvel and DC are like a bit competitors. Everyone keeps bet saying that who will win. Like Thor versus Shazam, Captain America versus Batman, Iron Man versus Cyborg, like that. So, no, I'm not gonna do what Marvel vs. DC is. So today I'm gonna be doing kind of different. There are also their evil sides in the comics. So today, let's do this. Marvel's Dark Avengers versus DC's Crime Syndicate of America. So let's see who will win, like in their evil sides. Let's go. The Dark Avengers are, they are a pretty big crew, and so are the DC Syndicate. So let's see what major points each team has, and let's see who. So this is for sure. I am gonna be telling who the winner is, either this team or that team. I'm not gonna be leaving it as a draw or you guys choose the fact, and I'm gonna tell the truth. So first, let's see what each team got in favor. So, the Dark Avengers, they got a better leadership. For fans used to reading the insane Norman Osborn as Green Goblin, seeing him as the basic competent of the Iron Patriot, who is this guy, leader of the Dark Avengers, was a huge surprise. Osborn was always intelligent, but his obsession with Spider-Man was overshadowed his angel abilities. Like you did see the first Spider-Man movie. Osborn was pretty good at with his chemical science and everything, but he was more involved into fighting Spider-Man. So I would say the Dark Avengers has got a better leadership and intelligence compared to the Syndicate of America. So, what do Syndicates have? They got grid. So if people should know grid if they're playing the Injustice 2 game. So grid is a crime syndicate secret weapon. This evil version of Cyborg, which can control technology and was a key factor in the team's takeover of the Justice League's headquarters and the rest of Earth. So it can just hack everything he can, the technologies of the Dark Avengers. So I think that's a pretty big plus point to the Syndicate, because most of the heroes now what we are seeing are rely on tech. So grid is a pretty big plus to the Syndicate. So Dark Avengers has got Ares. So you might not know who Ares really is. So Ares is the god of war and is easily the most experienced person in the Dark Avengers, and one of the most dangerous, because he is like literally the god of war. Not only he's the best fighter on the team, but he's also pretty good at taking charges of situations in the field and leading a teammate when he needs. With an axe forged by the god Hephaestus, Ares is a deadly opponent who has no comms and using lethal forces, and he could even take down the evil Superman. So I am pretty sure the Superman is like the most powerful character in DC, as I know. Ares could take him down very, very easily. So I would say he is actually the kind of a muscle guy in the Dark Avengers. So maybe he is a pretty big plus to the Dark Avengers. So this is actually Johnny Quick. So Johnny Quick is the Crime Syndicate's Flash analog, and that makes him the most dangerous person on the team. While he may not be as fast as Flash, but he has no mercy on people. He could just face his hand through people and they are dead. So Flash could do that in real life. Like in the normal good superheroes, but he's mercy. He does show mercy and he does not kill. But Johnny Quick is not like that, and he's extremely dangerous. Let's just say speedsters are among the most powerful heroes and villains, with the later being particularly dead, especially when there's no one around. So he can just move as fast as he can and take down every Dark Avenger. That is a very, very big plus point to the Syndicate. So till now, for me, I think basically the Syndicates are in a pretty big lead because they got the merciless Speedster. They got a guy who could control technology. The Syndicate is doing pretty good. I think the Dark Avengers are gonna get beat up. Next, what? Dark Avengers. Well, they work together. I mean, they are. Surprisingly well together. So, if you guys see the Avengers cartoon, like in the season 2, I think it is basically in season 2 or something. We do see that there's the team members do not work well together, but not in comics. So we know that villain teams usually have problem with teamwork. Villains usually don't get well, squabbling around themselves and generally trying to assert leadership. The Dark Avengers are somewhat the best villain teams. They do act like they're heroes, but they do villainous stuff. That's why they are villains and they work very well together. Either side, if we take the the Syndicate, they don't really work well together. They just have what we say as they quabble and they don't really listen to the team leader. But they are actually kind of more powerful. Let's say, the Crime Syndicate is much more powerful than the Dark Avengers, with one exception. Ultraman has all the powers of Superman. This guy. Jonathan is a Speed Force conduct. Grid can control tech, and Superwoman can do a lot of what Ultraman can do. So, yeah, with that power, they can do anything they want. And add Power Ring, Atomica, and Deathstorm, which is Green Lantern, Atom, and Firestorm. To that, and Crime Syndicate is able to bolt their way to victory against just anyone they can. So, the Dark Avengers may work very well together, but I don't really think they are as strong as the Syndicate. But I'm not concluding that they are gonna lose. They are gonna have some plus points. They're better lucky than good. The Dark Avengers benefited from some uncanny luck in their battle. They didn't win their fights based on their skills and powers, but usually due to some last-ditch efforts that worked out. When it be on the plane made by Osborn, the Sentry, massive power, or some other factors, they are not really as powerful as the Syndicate, but they just got some luck in them that makes them win almost every single battle they had. So now we're gonna come to an end, but let's discuss some of the powerful characters in the Syndicate. And if I say powerful, one of them is gonna be Deathstorm. So the Earth 2 version, as you saw in the CW Flash, there is Deathstorm and Killer Frost. But the Earth 2 version of the Earth 1 version of Firestorm is actually Deathstorm in Earth 2, and he's probably the most powerful member of the Crime Syndicate. He's able to control molecular structure of just about anything he comes across, and his power set and attitude make him very dangerous just about anyone facing. So he's like Marvel's new Deadpool, cool but very, very powerful. But the Dark Avengers has got the Void. So the Sentry, if I'm not wrong, is the most powerful member of the Dark Avengers. Norman Osborn brought him on the team because of this, and also he thought he could control and use him. Osborn could to an extent let's just say he's kind of evilish, and in any battle of the century fights, there's always a possibility the Void is gonna come out. When he does, everyone in this for a bad time. He's insanely powerful in the Void, and he could use powers with no communications. So let's just say he's like the Hulk for Dark Avengers. So now let's conclude and do one last thing about why the Syndicates are actually the winners. You heard me right, the Syndicates are the winners because they actually beat heroes. So the Dark Avengers were in charge of things for a while, but one of the things they proved unable to do was actually defeat the real Avengers. In fact, when the Avengers finally came back together, the team was kind of fractured at the time, and then the Dark Avengers couldn't win, and with the help of just of every villain around. The Crime Syndicate, on the other hand, were able to beat the Justice League and take them completely out of the game. That's not something Dark Avengers can claim to have done. So it is pretty hard that a villain could win sometimes, like in a climax, but the Syndicate actually proved it. They won Justice League. So with that, definitely the Syndicate of America are the winner. So when it comes to right down the Syndicate, it's just more powerful of an individual team than the Dark Avengers. It's doubtful that any of the Dark Avengers will be able to defeat a single crime Syndicate member, whereas the leader has several members that could make a short work. It's just Marvel team entire quickly. So comment and let me know which Marvel and DC type should I do again. Should I do villains, or should I do did the characters got copied? So you guys tell me. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, go give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe because we post every single twice a week, and I'll see you guys next Friday.